trying to get others to do what you want. This is coercion. It is, in essence, control. But what about rewards? What about positive reinforcement? What about negative reinforcement? Does all unwanted behavior have to end in punishment or even a threat of punishment? What about the child who does what you tell them to do only to escape the punishment? What is the likelihood of the behavior to occur outside of your presence? Often we toss out rewards only to threaten to remove that which was earned. Little Susie, if you go into the store, mommy's going to give you a treat because you're being a good little girl. And little Susie's a good little girl. Goes out to the car, does a behavior that's unwanted, maybe kicks the seat, maybe snatches something, and then mom takes the treat that she earned for being a good little girl in the store for whatever behavior she demonstrated in the car. In chapter 16, all these issues are addressed. And is there any other way? So we all have been in a place, one time or another, where coercion has entered the scene. Much of societal issues result in punishment and negative reinforcement to control a said problem. But with what outcomes? What byproducts? Such a misunderstanding of behavioral control leads to a broken system. This system is doomed to repeated offenses, combined with increased violence, increased depression, increased oppression, hatred, and overall unhappiness. There has to be a better way. An old saying, "You catch more flies with honey than vinegar," comes into play. This then moves from a catchy phrase that my grandmother used to say to something applicable to improve and move into a non-coercion environment. Behavioral control. Here's how. Evidence over the past 80 years has revealed that positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, and punishment all are very powerful in influencing behaviors, with both positive and negative reinforcement strengthening while punishment takes away. Positive and negative reinforcement increases the likelihood of a behavior and its frequency. Positive reinforcement promotes something within and leads to a gain, which leads to satisfaction. Negative reinforcement, by name only, is often misunderstood. It simply means something bad has stopped, and thus a relief is being felt, while punishment leaves us without something that we want or possibly something that we don't want. Coercion is utilizing both punishment and negative reinforcement. This is in stark contrast to positive reinforcement, which can instruct, it can teach, it can grow new behaviors. It can build upon foundational skills and replace bad or undesirable behaviors. By doing what works, which is positive reinforcement, and not doing what has been proven not to work, which is coercion, change is possible and probable. With such effectiveness, individuals, businesses, and families can see significant change in behavior and also manage that behavior. Every teacher, parent, business leaders can analyze the situation at hand and decipher alternatives to coercion. For the business owner, what if you experience decrease in complaints, a decrease in personnel turnover, an increase in productivity? This all comes from positive reinforcement. For the teacher, what if you experience less bullying in your classroom, cheating, skipping school, and increased studying and improved grades. This can be achieved through positive reinforcement. For the parents, what if you experienced a decreased arguing in your teen or with your teen, or chores that are actually being completed without you repeating? This can also come from positive reinforcement. Quote, children, of course, need discipline. It helps to ensure both their own safety and their eventual appreciation of social amenities. The first dictionary meaning of discipline is changing by instruction and practice, especially in self-control. Probably because societal's instructional methods depend on punishment and threat, discipline has also become a synonym with punishment. To discipline children usually means to punish them. But what if we change the word no? Sure, we all say it. This language communicates stop, danger, forbid, taboo. But what if the word no was followed by a positive reinforcer for a different action? What if we moved from the snarly, violent no to a behavior change that could be reinforced? Thus, we begin moving away from coercion control. This can all start simply with ourselves. Try it. Observe the effectiveness of writing down a thank you note, then giving it to someone. Follow through with that diet or that lifestyle change. Get to work a few minutes early. Any and all these small steps widen and grow growth and effective change. Quote, guiding principles. Positive reinforcement works. Coercion is dangerous. Okay, so here's my question. Without getting too personal, name an experience where coercion was forced a behavior change in your life. Was it effective? Was it effective for long-term change? How could positive reinforcement been used in its place for that behavior change? I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that it explained things for you, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thanks so much.